So guys, welcome you all in this new video, and today I'm going to discuss very interesting thing with you that in India you have listened many news like there is suicide in a company, and employees are going to suicide. Why? Because of the stress and psychological pressure because of their workload and all these things. Okay, and India wants to become the third largest economy by 2030. Okay, so there are many companies which are working tirelessly and blindly hard working, and they think that the more hard work will employee will do, the more the company will grow. But it's not only about the hard work. Okay, because output is not only about the hard work, it's also about the efficiency. What if an employee can do a work in the 9 hours and he is taking for that work around 16 hours? Okay, so it means that we have to work on the efficiency instead of the hard working. Okay, and there should be provisions that efficiency in the employee will come only when that employee is physically and mentally well connected and well, you know there is its well-being is there, happy mental and physical well-being. Okay, so in this article, why I found this very interesting, okay, it is saying that India need a law, okay, which said that there is a right to disconnect. Right to disconnect means, what is saying it? See guys, right to disconnect means, right to disconnect. Okay, right to disconnect means what? Like an employee have to work for 9 to 5. Okay, and he had finished his all the project within this uh, officially recommended working hours, okay, which is from 9 to 5, and that employee had completed his work. Okay, and after that, when off working hours are there, okay, he can switch off his phone and his laptop to prevent any kind of interference by that employer, okay, in his personal life. Meaning that after this working hour, that person, that employee can enjoy his own life, go to the family and release the that psychological stress and all these things. Okay, the thing here is that right to disconnect means you have to work specifically within the hours which are recommended to you, okay, which are there as per the law. And when you have finished your work within that time interval, after that you are free, and you are not bound to take any kind of the calls, emails and SMS from that employers. Okay, and it means that it will ensure your mental wellness. Okay, mental wellness also, and it will reduce your psychological pressure. It will provide you the time for your leisure. Okay, so you can be mentally fit, and when you will be mentally fit, then you can work very efficiently in the next day. Okay, so right to disconnect is very important in India. Okay, because it's not there right now. So we need a law which recommend right to disconnect for the peoples. Okay, see what it said further. So it started from like this. Okay, an employee died by suicide because of the workload pressure, and there was a report in the Hindu which reveals that Indian women in professional jobs such as the auditing, information technology and media work more than the 55 hours a week. It's very huge, guys. Okay, than the normal thing. See, India is in a race to become third largest economy by 2030. Okay, we agree with this. And because of the competitive behavior of the many companies and their work culture is very poor, guys. What is work culture is the way employees are handling, the competition is there. Okay, the psychological and mental fitness of the employees is there. Okay, and what is the personal connection between the employer and employees is there. Okay, I'm not talking about all the companies and all the organizations in India. Okay, but there are many companies and organizations which believes that more and more work by the employees will lead to the more output. Okay, means hard work, more and more hard work will leads to more output. So there is nothing wrong with this, but we have to understand alone hard work will not leads to you that exponential output. Okay, you have to maintain the efficiency, because hard work will be reduced if the efficiency is reduced. Okay, so there must be balance between hard work and efficiency. Okay, when the hard work and efficiency are correlated and they are parallelly working, then it will be good output. And efficiency depends upon the mental fitness, physical fitness, and also the employees relation with the families, and uh, what's the stress level maintenance and all these things. Okay, so right to disconnect give us a chance, give the employees chance to maintain the balance between work and life. Okay, see, let me read it further. It said that as per ADP Research Institute, okay, 49% of the Indian worker, एक survey हुआ था, and in that survey 49% of the Indian workers said that workplaces stress negatively impact their mental health. It's natural, guys. You know, when an employee is working tirelessly for an companies, for example, that he go to office at 8 or 9, okay, and came back from the office at 8 or 9 in the evening, okay, and then there is different messages, calls by from the offices, okay, for any project. Physically the person is going to home, but mentally is surrounding is in that work, okay, and because of this, that employees mental health is going to be affected negatively. Okay, see, there is this beautiful saying that employees physically leave the office but they do not leave their work. What I was telling you guys, they remain attached to a kind of electronic leash like a dog. Okay, the text, the messages, the emails colonize the life of the individual to the point where he or she eventually breaks down. And this circle and this cycle, vicious cycle, okay, the excessive work culture and, you know, very vicious work culture in many companies, that excessive workload is there on the employees and they do not get the time to get the leisure, okay, and release their psychological stress and meet with the families and all these things. Okay, so we need, guys, right to disconnect laws, and for this we can learn from the many developed or developing countries, okay, how they are maintaining this thing, guys. See, if we want to become third largest economy by the 2030, and if we want to promote the innovations, I know that hard work is necessary for things, but we must understand that a hard work can help you in a particular limit, but hard work can leads to you, you know, that uh, burnout. So you need efficiency. Efficiency is when is there when you really decrease the mental pressure. Okay, we want to improve the innovations, we want to improve the employability rate, we want to make India good in all the sectors. Okay, so but we need to ensure that there must be a balance between the work and life. Okay, there must be balance between that. It's not that work is so big than life, because after all, guys, nothing is greater than you, with your health and then your mental peace and then your life. Okay, even the work is just a part of life. Okay, life is not part of work. So we must understand this. To balance all these things, there is a need for the right to disconnect. Okay, like there are many nations within where this law is implemented, like you can say in the Portuguese, okay, in the France, and like Portugal, they make this, they make the right to disconnect law, which said that it is illegal for the employers to contact the employees outside the working hours except in emergencies. Okay, and there is also the law of Spain. You know, Spain, these also guarantee the same kind of protection to the workers, and there is same thing recently in Australia, okay, in this year. So there are many countries and India must learn from this, because so guys, finally it is that if we want to become a well developed nation with well human being, okay, so it's necessary to make balance with all these things. Okay, so now we talk about what's the Indian stand. As I told you that there is no any kind of the law and any kind of the norm or legal legislation there. Okay, but in our constitutions there are, under the directive principle of the states, okay, there are some provisions which said that it's the duty of the state to maintain the right to dignity, okay, of a particular working class or working people. Okay, see, under article 38, it is mandated that state shall strive to promote the welfare of the all people. Under article 38 means state means our nations, state means anything, okay, means the government. And in the simple way you can say, if you want to know the broad level, state comes under all the things, okay, whatever is under the government and whatever is there which is controlling under, and they get the law under the constitution or any legislation, okay, that is the state. So it's the duty of the state to maintain the welfare. Welfare means the social, economical and political. Social welfare can be maintained only when the mental pressure of a particular person is decreased, okay, and he is living well. See guys, in India it's a multifaceted problem, you can say, okay. Employees are not just suffering from the stress, okay, they are suffering from the mental professional also. See guys, in India there is very less mental professional in the free of cost, or you can say at low cost. You visit any government hospital, trust me, you will not find any kind of the mental consultant there, okay. You have to struggle for that. But in India majority of the employees are from lower middle class, okay, so they cannot afford that expensive medical mental professional, okay, or mental consultant. So it's create a vicious cycle. When that stress is not treated, that further accumulated and it's built up so large that employee consider that the work is more than the life, and which leads to suicide, okay. So it's guys the loss of human resource also, okay. See, so it was the under article 38 that state has the duty that there should be welfare for all the peoples, and there is also article 39E which state that it is the state. See guys, directive principle, DS directive, DPSPs, directive principle of the states, okay, these are not, you can say, implementable. These are just, you can say, state have to consider DPSPs when they are making laws to ensure the economical and, you can say, social welfare, okay. But these are not, guys, you can enforceable, okay, because like fundamental right, like if you do not have any kind of the fundamental right, or anyone is infringing that, you can go directly to court to get that right. But in DPSPs it's not the case, okay. So it's the recommendation to the state, okay, they should include these provisions when they are making laws, okay, to ensure the economical and social welfare, okay. See, similarly the article 39E which said that it is the duty of the state toward the securing the strength and health of the workers, okay. And in the case Vishakha versus state of Rajasthan, where the Supreme Court said that the sexual harassment at the workplace violated the fundamental right and recognized that right to dignity at the workplace, okay. It's very important, guys. And there were many cases, okay, which ensure that there must be right to dignity. See guys, in India we say that workers are sometimes exploited badly, okay, by the employer. Why? Because the worker is uneducated, or you can say unaware about his right, and there is no any law which protect his dignity, okay. Like I'm working under any working in unorganized sector, okay. So but the employer forced me to work beyond the working hour limit, okay. And in that case what I will do if I do not know about any kind of the legislation, or there is no any protection to save my dignity, okay, in the workplace. So it's very necessary for in India, guys, to ensure that there must be a law to ensure the right to dignity, okay, at the workplace. And it was not the case that there was no any effort toward this to making right to disconnect. In 2018 MP Supriya, this was the MP who introduced, this was a private member bill, guys. When bill is introduced by other than the ministers, okay, it can be from ruling party or from oppositions. So but it was not passed down at that time. So it said the similar case, there should be the right to disconnect from the work after working hours to reduce the mental pressure and to maintain the efficiency of that employee, okay. So guys, we need, because if we want to make our workforce very efficient, or make workforce very, you can say, mentally well, because economically you can become well working hard and all these things, but it's not correctly right, okay. But we need to ensure the welfare of the employees, okay. So that's why we can achieve our goal of becoming the Viksit Bharat by 2047, okay. So guys, like this is I'm telling you, so we need right to disconnect to ensure that there must be right to dignity at the workplace, okay. So that there must be no any kind of the violations of the fundamental right, or there must be mental peace of the employees so that their efficiency can be maintained, okay. So this was all about, guys, that India needs the right to disconnect. Okay, means that in the another nation like Australia, Spain, Portugal, in France, okay, we must learn from all these countries that how they implemented, okay, and so what was their strategy and all these things. So guys, this was all about India needs the right to disconnect, and it was written by Rajesh Ranjan, and it was a very good article. Personally, I found it very good and very relatable with the present context in India. Okay, so guys, thank you so much.